Hello everyone. Now, I have been in a big Star Trek mood lately. In fact, I'm preparing for a bit of a Star Trek celebration come September for the 55th anniversary that will take up the entire month, much like how Jurassic June did last month on this channel. So we'll be streaming a bunch of Star Trek games, and I'll be having some other Star Trek stuff going up as well. Well, perfect timing, because we just got some brand new Star Trek news yesterday, as well as just in this past week. So we had two new trailers dropped for the animated Star Trek series, Star Trek Prodigy and Star Trek Lower Decks, which both have their first and second season respectively releasing in the coming months. We had news about a new Star Trek film that will begin filming in January, so that's awesome. And of course, we also have the upcoming seasons of Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Discovery, and the upcoming new series Strange New Worlds. And all except Strange New Worlds has teasers out. So I figured I would do a bit of a live reaction to these teasers, and just sort of talk about them one by one, starting with the newest things, which is Star Trek Prodigy and Star Trek Lower Decks. So yeah, without further ado, let's watch them together, shall we? Alright, so the way I'll do this is I will play the trailer, we'll watch it together, I'll pause if I have anything insightful to say, otherwise we'll talk about it afterwards. So let's roll it. Yeah, this is on Nickelodeon. It's the animated Star Trek Prodigy.
No one shall escape.
3D animated.
I'm getting out of here to a better life. You're the only one who still thinks he can.
What will happen if they catch us?
Like it or not, you're stuck with me.
Lots of alien main characters.
I tried to save you, and now we can save each other. What is all of this? Our ticket out.
Alright, so yeah, so this ship right here, the NX 76884, it's not an old ship, it's a new ship. But the NX designation suggests that it's from way back in the Enterprise era, before the Federation was formed. Apparently it's not called the Prodigy, it's called the Protostar, which makes me wonder why the series is called Prodigy, but yeah, that's cool.
We've only just begun. There are a lot more stars than I thought.
Alright, yeah, so, Star Trek Prodigy looks pretty cool. I was a little worried when they first showed off the art style in like the promotional pictures a couple of months ago, because I don't know, it felt... I wasn't really on board with them, but they look much better in motion. It's actually really, really pleasant to look at. I like the fact that we have an entirely alien cast. Now, we did hear Kate Mulgrew at the end there as Vice Admiral Janeway. And she'll be in the show, but at least at the start of the show, she will only be in the show in the form of a hologram. So the actual main cast is entirely composed of non-humans, which is a first for Star Trek, of course. So that's pretty cool. It's also the fact that the characters are not Starfleet. They're not, Federation officers. They are just a couple of, ragtag kids trying to, get off a planet, it seems. I think it's interesting. I think it's really promising. It's obvious that they've taken inspiration from stuff like Star Wars Rebels, which I think is a very good thing, because Star Wars Rebels is very good. Star Wars Rebels is one of the best things Star Wars has done since the Disney acquisition, if you ask me. So definitely, if this is going to be like Star Trek's answer to that approach to Star Wars, I am fully here for it, and I think it looks cool. Of course, I'm delighted that Kate Mulgrew is back. While Voyager certainly is far from my favorite Star Trek series, I do like Janeway. And I guess you can call me a Janeway apologist, because I do think that people are very quick to judge Janeway for things they wouldn't judge the other captains for a lot of the times. But yeah, it looks neat. The art style has actually grown on me from the original teaser posters that they showed off, and of course it comes out in fall, probably around October, something like that. We're probably gonna have a more full trailer sometime around Star Trek Day in September. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I don't know who the voice cast is apart from Kate Mulgrew. I know that they were at the Comic-Con stream yesterday where they revealed a trailer. They went through all the main characters and the voice actors for them, but I don't think there was anyone I knew, like that I knew from before that, so none of the names really stuck with me when I read them. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I have no idea where it will release here in Sweden, because Star Trek releases in Sweden is not quite as easy to follow as it is, for example, in the US, where I think everything is on Paramount Plus, and you can like guarantee watch anything Star Trek if you just get Paramount Plus. I don't even know if we have Paramount Plus here yet, but we'll see. If it's on Nickelodeon, it'll probably also be on Netflix here, but we'll see. We'll see. And next we have Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2 trailer.
Wow, look at that. A view like this makes you realize it doesn't matter what deck you work on. We're all in it together. And they left us. How much oxygen do we have? A lot, a little, ballpark?
Good morning, Sabrina!
Lieutenant K-Shot,
Okay.
welcome to the Cerritos.
Rapunky, when he joined the Seven.
Computer, ramming speed!
Okay, that looks like a.
Here to get promoted.
Got what it takes?
Yes! Okie dokie.
Only thing missing is Boimler. Think of all the fun adventures he's going on.
Oh, God. Get him out of there.
Okay, I'm gonna pause right there. So, confirm that Boimler is actually still on the USS. Oh no, Riker's ship just fell out of my memory. Titan, the USS Titan, because he transferred to Titan at the end of season 1, which was like the big final joke twist of the season, and I was worried that we were gonna ignore that and continue onward with him being back on the Cerritos. But no, it seems he's actually on Titan, and Jonathan Frakes is in the cast as well, which is wonderful. If I wasn't mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw a Cardassian as well. So we're gonna deal with Cardassians this season. That could be fun.
I know we may not look like a lot, but when it comes to a fight, us Starfleet officers are trained to throw down at...
Teddy, run!
I mean, who among us hasn't been pooped out by an alien creature? It is not... Don't touch me!
Oh crap, it's the evil computer.
Fred, I'm worried about you. My scans indicate you could lose a couple pounds.
Excuse me?
Our ship might not be the biggest. And we might do the missions nobody else wants.
Come on, you've been in tougher spots than this.
Thanks, Tom Paris.
Oh yeah. So I talked about this on Twitter last night. The Tom Paris collectible plate. It's an actual collectible plate you'll be able to buy that Boimler has, and Tom Paris talks to him. My only complaint about this was that the real plate you can get is also cartoon. It's also a cartoon. I think they should have gone with an actual live action photo for the real plate to really highlight that like this is the cartoon representation of the real plate. But I think this is really cute. I do feel like they got Tom Paris's hair a bit wrong, to be perfectly honest. I don't think he had that light hair, but I will also admit that Voyager is not something I've been watching that much recently, so I could just be misremembering.
Worried about the fumes in here, though. You know, since you're talking to a plate.
But we are still Starfleet.
Oh god. Yeah, so there we go, right there. Borg Boimler. I said this also yesterday, actually, that I'm kind of impressed that modern Star Trek has avoided doing Borg plot lines. Like, this Picard, that's more about ex-Borgs. Like, Discovery, despite, being able to go outside the reaches of the TOS warp drive stuff, never bothered to run to the Borg. First season of Lower Decks didn't do anything about the Borg. Short Treks didn't do anything about the... actually, did they? I haven't seen all the Short Treks, so maybe they did. But I guess now we're getting into Borg.
Ferengi's got everyone else. It's up to you guys.
If only we had special powers.
We do. Maybe not here, but here.
Our skin.
Our brains. It's our brains.
Brains are inside of our skin.
There's a team waiting to take me to the brig, isn't there?
You know me so well.
Love you, Mom.
Love you too. Never disobey me again.
I do what I want.
Okay. Yeah, so the first season of Lower Decks was a bit hit or miss for me. I was very down on the art style before it came out. And I still don't like the art style, to be perfectly honest. But enough people were like, oh, but the writing is really good. It's actually really funny. You should watch it. And eventually I watched it. And I didn't regret it. I thought it was fun. And this looks more confident in itself. Because a lot of Lower Decks flaws, I would say, was just relying a bit too much on inside references to fill up space rather than just allowing itself to, still be a silly comedy, but also flesh out its characters and move forward. But it looks promising. I think it looks really cool. I am a little worried that they're gonna end up with a bit too much fan service. Like, we'll see how they handle the Borg, but I enjoy seeing the Ferengi there. I enjoy seeing a Cardassian. We haven't seen a Cardassian in any modern Trek either, so that's cool. I do like the fact that Boimler is still on the Titan. I think that's going to be really fun to see where that goes. I do like that they keep bringing back old Star Trek cast members to play their cartoon counterparts and doing things that they wouldn't be able to do in a normal Star Trek story. I like that a lot. I know this show is definitely not for everyone. There are some people who absolutely hate it for being, a silly, like almost Family Guy style Star Trek show. But I do like it. Actually, and about that, like I remember my impression of Lower Decks when I watched it was essentially like it's a bit like Family Guy or Rick and Morty. In fact, it shares some of the creative stuff with Rick and Morty. If those shows weren't trying to be offensive and like politically incorrect, like the other humor parts of those shows are still here, but those like look how offensive we are kind of things have kind of been replaced with Star Trek references, and that strikes a really nice balance for me. I actually really do dig that. It kind of has a Futurama vibe to it, and I love Futurama. That's probably my favorite of the like American cartoon sitcoms that have been produced over the years. So yeah, I think that looks really cool. That starts next month. I said new season drops August 12th. I don't know how Paramount Plus does this. If like the entire season is gonna drop then, like it does on Netflix, or if they're doing weekly releases. Because I know I think the first season was weekly releases. But I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's already been stated. But I think it looks really cool. And those were the two trailers that were shown at Comic-Con yesterday. And yeah, I think both look really neat. I do like that we have like an animated counterpart to Star Trek now. For the first time since, 1977. Was that when the animated series came out? Very long time ago. I know it's probably like, it must have been earlier than that, like 75 or something. But yeah, no, I do dig it, and I'm looking forward to both of them. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I especially Prodigy. I think Prodigy has the opportunity to be like maybe the best of the new Star Trek shows if it really, really like taps into the potential of its entirely alien non-Starfleet crew, because that's something I wanted for a very long time. As much as I love the Starfleet characters and the human characters in Star Trek, it's always felt a little held back by, focusing entirely on almost entirely human crews from Starfleet. So that's going to be fun. Now, I did want to, just because I haven't really done videos like this before, I decided to also include the teasers for Star Trek Picard Season 2 and Star Trek Discovery Season 4. So let's check out Star Trek Picard Season 2 teaser. This one I haven't even watched at all, actually. I haven't even like skimmed it yet, so I don't know really what to expect from this one.
Laris? Laris? Laris?
Is it Picard coming back home?
What the hell is happening here?
Excellent question, Jean-Luc. Oh dear, you're a bit older than I imagined. Mon Capitaine, how I've missed you. Kill.
Okay, so I knew Q was coming back, even though I hadn't seen the teaser. I knew Q was coming back. I knew John Delancey was coming back as Q. Still makes me smile.
Welcome, my friend, to the very end of the road not taken.
Time has been broken.
We can save the future, and I will get us home together.
It's gonna be a time travel plot, it looks like. Not too surprising, there's always a bunch... What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Seven doesn't even have the remnants of her implants. Oh dear. That's gonna be fascinating. Now, I am a big fan of the first season of Picard. I think it's the best Star Trek of the new Star Trek. I know people were very down on it, calling it like a 10-episode pilot and all these things, and you know, it's not perfect. I definitely can recognize a lot of the problems with it, but I did really, really like it. So I'm excited for this. I'm surprised they didn't show Guinan in the teaser, because Guinan was confirmed for Season 2 long before Q was, and Whoopi Goldberg coming back to play her. But still, that's an interesting teaser. That's still a bit way off. It's not until next year. Not entirely clear. Like, it's obviously like some kind of time travel thing going on, and Star Trek loves time travel. It always brings in time travel. It's been bringing in time travel since the very first season of Star Trek, you know, so it kind of has to be there. And I do like the idea that, no, the final frontier isn't space, it's the future. Like, because that's something that I have myself said in the past, and I think it might have been said in previous Star Trek as well. So that's cool. I wonder if it's only going to be time travel, if it's going to be like some interdimensional stuff as well. For example, and this is a brief spoiler, but Star Trek Discovery Season 3 actually identified and confirmed the Kelvin timeline in a scene. Because Season 3 takes place in the far future, in the 32nd century. And it's 33rd century? I don't remember. Anyway, it takes place in the far future, and they talk about crossing over between dimensions and how it affects people at one point. And the a character played by Cronenberg, actually, by David Cronenberg, talks about people who have crossed over between dimensions and also travel in time, and brings forward a Starfleet officer and explains that this person came through from a dimension that, from a timeline that diverted from ours due to a time travel anomaly caused by a Romulan mining vessel. And that's really all they say about it, but they still confirm, like, yeah, Kelvin timeline's still here and kicking, like, it did happen. And of course, Star Trek Picard deals also with the fallout of that to some degree. So I wonder if we're going to see some of that as well, or if it's just going to be time travel. It's going to be interesting. Speaking of Discovery, let's watch the Discovery Season 4 teaser, the last teaser we have here.
We are not in this alone. None of us are. We're all living in uncertainty. Even for a crew as familiar with it as this one. The stress is taking its toll. But we are not in this alone. None of us are.
5 light years across. That's the size of the gravitational anomaly.
Oh, hold on. I do want to look at that. Hi, Stamets. That was my cat. Look at that. Detmer has a very different implant, or augment. I guess they finally had time to, like, give everyone future healthcare upgrades. So that's cool.
Where's it headed next?
It could go anywhere. And we may not have any kind of warning at all.
Federation, non-Federation. This anomaly threatens us equally.
Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together. Indeed, we are more than allies.
Captain Burnham, make no mistake. You are in charge.
She has faith in me. We are facing something we don't understand. Something that could tear us all apart. But there's only one way to confront the unknown. Together.
Alright. Yeah, so that looks intriguing. And it seems my cat is not in agreement. My cat does not like that Season 4 trailer at all, apparently. No, I think it looks cool. I really like Season 3 of Discovery. I don't think it was quite as good as Season 2, but I think it was more consistently good than Season 2. And it felt like the writers and directors they finally felt at home with the series and knew what they wanted to convey with it. I love the characters, of course. We see all the characters returning there, even Saru, who took some time of leave at the end of Season 3. So that's gonna be interesting, seeing where that goes. They're doing this whole, this gravitational anomaly that was 5 light years in size thing, which admittedly is much smaller than the Burns thing in terms of scale, but still sounds like some kind of big mystery box major thing to solve. Or it could just be pilot episodes, well, not pilot episodes, season premiere episodes, mysteries to deal with, because it seems like it's mostly like first and second episode footage here. Like some major thing happens, something decimates the bridge at one point. We see everyone sort of struggling to figure out where they are, and you know, it looks cool. I do like we seem to be seeing this the Federation continue its reunification, and we get to see more of Adira and Grey. Like Grey seems to have been given some kind of hollow emitter now, so everyone can see him. If you haven't seen Discovery Season 3, this is another minor spoiler. There's actually 2 trans characters in it. There's a non-binary character, Adira, and they have a boyfriend who's a trans man, Grey. But Grey is actually dead. But Grey is also Trill. So Trill, as you might know, live on through these symbiotes. So Adira has joined with the symbiote and can see Grey. Probably because of how close they were. They haven't really explained that yet. And now they're using, like, you know, Star Trek's advanced hologram tech to give Grey a visible form so everyone can see Grey and not just Adira. I think that's really, really cute. And also, Adira having become like the adopted kid of the other queer characters, like Stamets and Culber. Stamets straight up referring to them as their child in Season 3. And also Reno, who is my favorite character in Discovery, seemed to sort of play the... she has basically become like Adira's aunt. And it's wonderful. And I do hope we see more Reno. I don't think we saw Reno in the trailer, actually. There better be a lot of Jet Reno, because Jet Reno is my favorite, as I said. Also hoping that Owo and Detmer get to continue bonding. They got a lot of good content in Season 3. I do like the new uniforms, actually. Maybe I should go back and get a good look at the... There we go. Yeah, so these uniforms, because people did not like the grey uniforms they introduced at the end of Season 3, so they basically just made them colorful. Replaced the grey with the colors, and the color stripes with this dark grey stripe, which I think looks much better. I am a bit disappointed that they're going with TNG colors, so, red for command, yellow for operations, and blue for science and medical. If only because you're in a new century and millennia and everything. You could go with any colors you wanted and you went with the safest choice. That's boring. I would have gone with new color picks entirely, but that's just me. But yeah, those are the teasers for the upcoming Star Trek seasons. It's really exciting, I think, because like we've never had this much Star Trek coming out in this short succession. Like in the coming 4 months, let's see, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, the upcoming 5 months, we're having at least 3 seasons premiere of Star Trek. Even in the 90s, during the peak of that era of Star Trek, we didn't get that many. At most, we had 2 at once. And directly after those, we're also getting Picard. And of course, Strange New Worlds is filming and will be starting sometime after Picard as well. So that's really cool. Now, I am wondering if this is going to be the final Discovery season, because Kurtzman talked about how we probably won't be seeing too much news about new Star Trek shows until one of the ongoing ones have finished their course, essentially. So the fact that they're hyping up Strange New Worlds now suggests to me that something will end. Now maybe it was just that Short Treks ended, maybe that was enough, I don't know. But it could also be that Discovery Season 4 is going to be the last Discovery season. Especially now that Burnham is captain, because what are they going to do? Like, they've changed captain every season. She's the main character. Like, what are they going to do for Season 5? They can't just, like... I guess they could have her be an admiral. No, but we'll see, I'm very excited for it. I love modern Star Trek. I love old Star Trek as well, of course. But I do think this new stuff is great, and I think it's really awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing more from it. And yeah, it was fun making a bit of a teaser, trailer, reaction kind of thing. I don't do those often. Maybe I should do them more often. I don't know. But yeah, it was fun. So thank you so much for watching, and please look forward to September for Star Trek stuff. We'll be doing a lot of Star Trek stuff there. I might be doing some like individual episode reviews for Star Trek as well. I'm considering that. I don't know if I'll be doing it on this channel or if I'll make like a separate channel, because vloggy kind of things don't tend to get a lot of views on the channel, so I might just put that on its own thing, but I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out. Until then, I love you all, and for all of you who have helped me out lately in terms of finances, thank you so much. I lost my income last month, and I'm currently trying to sort that out. So if you want to help me out, I do have a Patreon, I do have a Ko-fi, and the smallest amount helps, but you also don't feel obligated to give me anything at all. And until next time, there's only really one way to close out a video like this, isn't there? Live long and prosper.